So I'm guessing I'm live now. I am. Let me try to check my feed. If you guys are still here, let me know in the comments. That was very aggravating. I'm just waiting 25, almost 30. I've been sitting at the computer for almost 30 minutes. The system was already loaded, the streaming software was loaded, and then all of a sudden at the last minute, it just started acting crazy. So I've already lost like 20 minutes now. So anyway, listen, y'all should know by now that I'm just organic and I get frustrated just like anybody else. And to sit here 30 minutes while this thing should be where I got one of the fastest computers. I built it myself. So there's nothing wrong with the computer, it's the streaming software. Um, but listen, let's get into it. Very aggravated, but yeah. So here we go. Let's get these my notes pulled back up here. And one more thing, real quick. So I don't even know how this is gonna play out on the other end. Give me just a minute here. All right, so it looks like that's working. 2 seconds, and then we'll get started. Definitely got to go quick today because I've already lost 20 minutes. So hopefully we can get everybody back in here. I don't even know what's going on at this point. What is going on here? Uh-huh. All right. So just a minute. Sorry, I'm having to reset up everything here. Uh, but it should be a good show. As you know, just start me your questions in and everything, and for me to get to later, um, as I try to get this whole system back. It's always aggravating. Like you actually do the prep the way you're supposed to do it, and you're ready on time, and then stuff like this happens. But anyway, so Bitcoin, as y'all can see, I mean, yesterday on the stream when we first started, Bitcoin was around like 50. Am I lying? I think it was like around 50,800 or something like that. Maybe it was like around 50,000. I'm trying to pull this chart up. So this was well, maybe a little higher, but yeah, I mean, that was the day before yesterday. See, I'm getting my days mixed up. But anyway, you can see we're at 61,000. I didn't even expect this. I was telling you guys yesterday. I said even if it retraced a little bit, I mean, it's never gonna bother me. Y'all know I'm long term, so never really worrying about what the price action is immediately. And so, but it's just crazy to see it going up over. It's not only over 60,000. It was trying to push to 62 for a minute. So we're at 61,000 now. A lot of FOMO, a lot of retailers coming back into, well, not the retail, but people who knew about crypto last cycle. As I put the whole visual yesterday of people waking up when it crossed, I think it was at 50. Was it 54? 56,000? Yes, it's 57. The price moving so fast I can't even keep up with it. But so yeah, it's moving pretty fast, and this is something I saw a lot of people. I saw people saying this on Twitter, Reddit, other places, and they thought they were being smart. And so they were like I said yesterday, I said we had the run up to 54, which I thought was valid. And then we had the 57, we had a run up to 57,000 that was caused by was like $500 million worth of liquidations. And so the liquidations caused it to move some more. So everybody, once again, I tell y'all all the time, no matter how bored you get with this, of everybody saying, trying to trade and everything. And so what a lot of people were saying yesterday on Twitter, they were for lack of better words, advising people to do, is was saying, look, guys, this run up is unrealistic. It's a good time to short. And it's like, why y'all just some people just never stop trying to leverage trade. They just can't. That's why I say it's like a fix that they need. The same I say with trading sometimes. I'm not saying you can't make some good trades at a 10 and get a good 10 and 15 or 20x or whatever. But if you're not an expert trader, what happens is when you lose on one trade, it just makes you try to catch the next trade. And then you just keep getting messed up. And that's why I say we try to buy picks. No, we do. We do buy picks early and then we ride them up and we hold them. If you're not an expert trader, even for the expert traders, they get messed up. But anyway, I'm saying all this to say, right after $500 million got liquidated and people trying to leverage the market, they said, okay, I messed up last time, but this time I know it's inorganic. So they shorted again. And now you got another $100 million of liquidations. Just people trying to be traders, trying to be smart. I gave you the example yesterday of the influencer who lost, what was it, $440,000 in trying to trade the market. Don't have to listen to me, but you can take this real world data that you're seeing other people get messed up trying to trade, trying to leverage, and all this kind of stuff. It's not a good look, even when you know what you're doing. So I'm gonna leave that one alone because it seems I talk about it every day, but there's a reason to talk about it every day because every day people are losing money by trying to trade and leverage trade. So this is interesting. I know a lot of people have been talking about this for months now. Of course, that's why everybody's excited, and those that have been in crypto a couple of cycles, but this tweet that's been getting around says the liquidity flow from Wall Street into Bitcoin ETFs and soon Ethereum ETF will I hate this word, inevitably y'all know what I'm saying, inevitably, y'all gonna make fun of that later. It's cool. But flow into alts from crypto folks who are massively up on their spot positions. It has happened every cycle. The big difference is this time, however, that the next alt run will be fueled by Wall Street liquidity, which is on a whole new level compared to the previous cycles. Alt season liquidity previously was fueled by retail investors, and that money ran out. Now it will be fueled by boomer accounts on Wall Street who have much more liquidity than retail ever could have brought into the space. I believe we will see fireworks later this year. Something we hardly saw in the last cycle. It was pretty good last cycle, but however, we did see massive, fireworks in 2017 because the market was much smaller. But actually, you know what? I just kind of just ran through that last sentence, but that's important. Actually, I just ran through that sentence. Let me read that again because it's something I talk about all the time. So what he said was, he said, I believe because of this Wall Street money that's coming in, I believe we will see fireworks later this year. Okay. Something we hardly saw last cycle. See, some of y'all thought last cycle was big, and it was, but listen to this. He said, however, we did see these fireworks in 2017 due to the space being much smaller. So what I'm saying this cycle is that a lot of people keep trying to push to y'all like the gains and the market caps that some of the things got to last cycle. But the market is much more saturated this cycle. It's bigger than it was last cycle. He's saying how much of fireworks that we saw in 2017 because the market was smaller. Last cycle was bigger than 2017. So the fireworks that people thought they were going to see, even though some of you guys were excited, were not the same as 2017. But the market is bigger this cycle, which is why it's important to be, like everybody keeps saying, like, well, the whole market's got to run anyway. Don't worry, everything's going to run eventually. Like, that's cool, but you want to be in the projects that are going to give you the best chance to get those big runs, because I keep saying it, hindsight is going to be 2020. You're going to be sitting there like, oh, now I see what he was saying. Like, but right now you don't know who's right. You don't know if I'm right. Of course, like, if I don't catch every trade, and like I say, you see something run, you be like, Zoe said, he wasn't too bullish on that, but then it ran. So it makes you think like, well, is Zoe all the way right? No, I'm just keep doing all these trades over here. I'm telling you, in the long term, when you find good projects and you hold them, you end up doing better. And so he's saying, and I think just like I did myself, I blew through that last sentence and I barely read it. But then when you really look at the sentence again, and you see the correlation from last cycle to this cycle in 2017, you see this cycle is much bigger. And so those big fireworks that everybody telling you every gaming coin, every layer one is going to get to, no, not every one of them are going to get there because the market is oversaturated. But yeah, it's cool that we got all the Wall Street money here now, but we're still oversaturated. So as I say all the time, we could still, the market cap that layer ones got to last cycle, they could get to the same market cap this cycle. It may not be a double size of a market cap or whatever. That's why I'm really conservative on, even though I'm a DGen, I'm conservative on some of the picks that I choose. I saw even one today that I wanted to get into, but I said I'm holding out for something else. Same as I told you guys yesterday when I talked about the difference from when I skipped out on the Koch network and got into G Swift. Is like sometimes you got to have that self-control, and then you see it running and you're like, no, I know I still made the right decision. Like, because the gains are eventually going to come over here. So this is a very important tweet. If you really look into what it's saying and you have the critical thinking to see what he's saying. He said, we saw the fireworks in 2017, but for him who was there in 2017, he didn't feel like the fireworks were there last cycle. A lot of y'all thought it was because maybe you were new to crypto, or maybe you were coming from stocks. So you got to realize the same thing is going to happen this cycle, because we have 4 times as many cryptos this cycle already than we had last time. And so, like I said, I think we're going to get up to about 20,000. So take all this. This is the alpha. This is the stuff you need to be thinking about. Once again, I always say, like, yeah, everybody always wants, what's the token that's at 200,000 market cap? That's not alpha. The alpha is understanding how this market works. Just like I explained the other day, yesterday, and I keep explaining it because it's coming. And I will be the channel that had told you, not to say I'm the best channel, I'm the all-knowing guru, but everybody's going to be jumping on Portal, and you're going to know better. You're going to be like, okay, this thing is at a big, right now, I think my math is still correctly. I'm going to be honest. I didn't get a chance to get like deep dive on my math yesterday, but as far as what I'm seeing, Portal's going to launch pretty high, and that's not where you're going to get your astronomical gains at. Say, and I always say this too. So say if Portal does do like some kind of crazy 50x, that just only is more bullish for the smaller tokens that you have. You know that they can get to even bigger market cap. So you can't lose with this mindset, really. It just protects you from, it protects you in your investments or whatever. I already skipped to the next tab, even though I wasn't trying to. But anyway, it said 105 Bitcoin has flowed into funds during the last 30 days, surpassing the velocity that we witnessed in 2020 and 2021. Of course, because a lot of people are still skeptical about crypto, even Bitcoin. I know some of y'all like, what, Bitcoin? That's the big daddy, but not compared to some of these stocks and stuff. So it's very skeptical last cycle. So we're already seeing more inflows and just different metrics that are much bigger than we had last cycle. I'm getting through these fast because we did start late. So, but hopefully you're hearing what I'm saying. Excuse me. So, excuse me, this tweet is saying that part of the reason Bitcoin flew up to almost 60,000 is you had $240 million of Bitcoin that was withdrawn from Bitfinex, which means people are not buying this Bitcoin now to saying that they're trying to make a trade on it or they're trying to get some short-term gains. They are starting to realize the value of Bitcoin when everybody else, I saw a video, I can't remember who it was, but I saw a video of a guy saying that this stupid asset, this Bitcoin, has no intrinsic value. He was saying it's at 15,000 now, and he said it's lost. He was saying, with the whole FTF thing, he's FTX. He said, yeah, it's dropped down to 15,000. Now it just needs to lose another 17,000. You hear that? It was at 15,000. He said it needs to lose another 17,000, which means Bitcoin would be negative $2,000 or whatever. So this was all the stuff that people were skeptical on, but now people are realizing what Bitcoin is. It's a way to have a hedge against inflation of the US dollar. You can look at that however you want to, whether you're a US citizen or not. You need to be focused on protecting your assets. Forget all the political stuff and all your patriotism and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's cool. We love the country, a lot of freedom here, a lot of opportunity here, all that kind of stuff. But you gotta protect your money. So you gotta think with your whole brain. Don't think with one side of your brain. But these people are realizing what Bitcoin does for them and the hedge against inflation that it is. So they're withdrawing it from the exchanges. If I haven't said that clearly yet, they're withdrawing their Bitcoin from exchanges and they're using it. They're holding it. So, for the long term, holding it in their wallets. You're having more long-term holders now. They're not trying to trade Bitcoin. So yeah, the next article, excuse me. Now this one was cool for me. I wanted to go digging deeper and get some other articles on this, but it's been a kind of crazy kind of morning. But so when we first started this whole Bitcoin ETF thing and everybody was talking about Bitcoin ETFs and all that kind of stuff, you saw people saying that a lot of people were going, the hedge fund managers and the ETF managers or whatever were going to start recommending that people put 2 to 5% of their portfolio into Bitcoin. So this one here says BlackRock are recommending that investors make a 28% allocation to Bitcoin in their portfolio. That's over 5 times. And if you want to say from the 2 to 5, because they said 2% to 5%, that's 14 times more than they were saying before. So at first they were saying you should have 2% of your portfolio should be in Bitcoin. Now, this is BlackRock. They control trillions of dollars. There's a lot of people that take their opinion into their opinion that's very important. They value their opinion is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me, y'all. A lot of people value BlackRock's opinion. So now they went from telling people to put 2% of their portfolio in Bitcoin to 28%. That's like a third of their portfolio. So a lot of people this is another reason that a lot of people could be FOMOing into Bitcoin right now. Listen, I'm not here to tell you, as y'all know, I'm not here to tell you, oh, it's about to get crazy. Bitcoin about to go to 200K. I'm gonna just be honest, and some of y'all are probably not gonna like this, but I try to be conservative to protect you. That I would say, I, maybe the 100,000, 110,000, maybe. I'm not up here going to be saying 250,000, 300,000. Now, if it gets there, that's just we've underpromised ourselves, and now we're just doing better than we thought we were going to do. So there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, this is some bullish news, and so let me talk about this. Now, this is a little different, but I try to let you guys know like what's going on in the market and why certain stuff is happening. Now, this before I even pull this next slide or whatever you want to call it up, there are different reasons that this kind of thing happens, but I believe this was one of the catalysts. So, and I'm not telling you any tokens or anything like that, but so. A lot of people have been seeing that there's been a meme coin run lately. Talking a little faster today. But I believe one of the reasons for that, one of the catalysts was for this is you had DWF Labs that they purchased $10 million worth of Floki. Now, I myself, even if I were to get into a meme coin, I don't think Floki would be one of the ones that I do that in. But what I will say is, this is dangerous. Crypto is already a gamble as itself. Trying to trade in and out makes it a little bit more dangerous, but meme coins, as we know, are the most dangerous. But there are a lot of foundations or whatever you want to call them between the Solanas and the AVAX and all the different blockchains, Ethereum. They're trying to like support the retail investors that are coming in, and they're sometimes putting money into these meme coins. They're putting money on the side, and they have a meme coin fund, and they're saying, "Hey, we're going to invest in a couple of these meme coins." So yeah, you got to find the ones that this stuff is happening with. But like I said, I believe Floki is too high for me, even if I was to throw a gamble in some meme coins. But I believe this is one of the causes of the meme coin run. Like I said, it's important to really understand and know what's going on in the space. I can never know everything going on in the space. I would never proclaim that I do, but I do. And somebody else would try to push themselves up and say something higher. But I believe I try to keep it with 20 to 25% because there's a lot of stuff going on. So and that's a pretty good number. If I was being more less conservative, I would say probably 50 to 60%. But I keep it what's going on space. You got to keep it with the Reddits, the tweets, the Discord groups, the Telegram groups. There's a lot to keep up with. But this is something I saw. And I'm thinking that's probably why you're seeing some of the running meme coins. Now, this one is here. It's a funny little story. I'm trying to have some like little entertainment stuff in here along with the news stories every day. I think the other day I had a lot. It was really funny. Like we had the fights that BitBoy was in and stuff like that. I think they're trying to do another one of those. So yeah. Anyway, so just to sum it up, as you see, Sam Bankman-Fried, if you don't know who he is I don't even listen. I'm telling you, I don't even put all the blame on Sam Bankman. I think he was a pawn. I'm gonna just be honest. I think he was a pawn. He's smart with one side of his brain, right? So he might have the intellect as far as book smarts and tech smarts, but he doesn't have the street smarts, if you ask me. And I believe they use him as a pawn. But a lot of people know him as the scammer that messed a lot of people up with FTX and Solana and some other stuff. Made a lot of people lose money. And so he went to jail. That's the gist of it. If you're new to the space, that's just the gist of it. And I don't have to go into detail with the whole story. But anyways, the FTX founder, SBF, which is Sam Bankman-Fried, asked for a 6.5 year sentence, but he's still in there shilling Solana. So I say this to say, when you get your picks and everything, and you're trying to get these quick trades. Now, if you know how to, if you're in a good trading group and you took a trading class, that's cool. But what you want to do is you want to get something that is a long-term hold, and you're going to have people like this just shilling it for you. I tell y'all all the time on the channel, some of y'all say like, when you going to make another video so people know? For one, my channel is too small. I pick picks that are going to pump themselves that I don't have to pick. I don't have to run to everybody's live stream and shill it in the comments like, hey, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Like, I know a lot of people, they love doing that, but I don't have the time for it, for one. And even if I had the time, I would not be doing that. So, but you need to get tokens that people are going to be shilling even when they're in jail. Like he's in jail. He's got bigger things to worry about. But my boy is in there like, hey, man, y'all need to invest in Solana. So this is the kind of shillers you need. And to piggyback on that, I'm also going to make this statement that a lot of people, let me say actually two of my guys, a lot of them are still going to trade. And some of them, they know what they're doing, I guess. They still lose, but whatever. But two of my guys, talked to me yesterday. It was like, hey man, you might be right. Like it might be time to stop trading and find in the next trade and get the long term holds because we don't know. I keep saying it. Like you don't want to be like excited about a 10 and 20x trade here. Next thing you because I've said Zoe has said that hey man, the market might not start till next fall. Well, usually the cycle really the parabolic return start in the early 2025, and you've heard me say it, you've heard other people say it, and I try to tell you I don't know what's going to happen. I just say what usually happens, but then you're sitting there and you like this was your last really big crypto cycle, and then it takes off and you sitting there looking stupid, and you holding your little money over here because you made a 20x, and then you see something go 100x or 150x. I don't have that because I have the stuff in my mind. I'm not a risk taker like that. I'm just not. I'm cool. I'm cool. People say, well, you could have made more money. What I know is I'm going to make a lot of money and I'm cool with that. Some of y'all are trying to make the absolute most that you can make, which is kind of cool. But how are you trying to do that? What chances are you taking? But a lot of my friends like, yeah, man, I'm about to go get my long-term holds or whatever. So in the aspect of finding long-term holds, I ask people, do you realize that the token is just a trade, or are you trying to hold this long term? Because one thing I try to make sure that all my holds have is what I call y'all should know what this is an elevator pitch or elevator speech. If I got to sit there and tell you like, okay, it's a DeFi protocol, and then you already stopped me because you don't know what DeFi is, then I got to explain what DeFi is, then I got to explain, okay, then it's on this chain and it does this, and I got to explain everything it does along the way. That's not something I'm trying to hold really. Unless I do have a couple of those, but I know the space knows what they are. I feel like they're going to pump and they're going to do pretty well. But the rest of them, I'm trying to have it when retail comes in, it's an elevated speech. And matter of fact, it's not even elevated speech for the dumbest of the dumbest people. And I'm not trying to say that in a condescending way. For the dumbest of the dumbest people, when they see the picture, you know those people that don't like words, but they like pictures. They can't read the book, but they see the pictures. That's what I'm trying to hold. They see the picture and they like, oh, this is it. This is the one. So I'm trying to make sure my cryptos have an elevator pitch. It's real quick. I can explain in 10 seconds. It's this dope game. It's a dope RP, I can't even talk right. RPG game. Or it's it's got to have the elevator speech. And it's got to look cool right off the rip because this market is moving fast. Like this is where everybody was having their 100Xs on Matic or they 100X on, I think Cardano was at 100X at that point last cycle. But everybody was at that 30, 50, 100X already when Bitcoin was the price that it is now. That's where we were last cycle. So if this thing starts moving fast and we all speculate, like I said, I say that the market is still quiet around, it's supposed to still be quiet around the upcoming fall. Like fall of this year is when it's still supposed to be kind of quiet, and then the parabolic gains start around like that February of 2025. But who's to say that this whole entire cycle won't be done by November of this year? Do you want to be really up here still trying to catch trades, like I said, and you feeling good because you holding money on this 10x trade and the market takes off and you miss a 200x? It's up to you. I talk about this every day, and I don't care how many people get bored about it, but you're gonna know I was the channel that told you and try to keep you in line, and give you the right mindset. But this is something that I did like. I saw this is somebody else's tweet, obviously. I like this. I seen guy around, but I don't even know I don't think I follow him. But anyway, this is a dope tweet. It said rules of the bull run. And this is some of the stuff I've said. It said don't flaunt your wealth. That's number one. You can go do it if you want to and whatever. Like I'm locking all mine up. You can't even rob me because I don't even have it. All my stuff is gonna be in assets anyway. So number one, don't flaunt your wealth. The first thing I said in this live stream, don't use leverage. Like, how did y'all get wrecked $500 million yesterday, and then you came back again? But it's addictive. It's not only is it addictive, when you lose money on the leverage trade, you gotta double down to make it back up. So rule number two, don't use leverage. This one I like. It said, don't tell normies, let them find out on their own. I hate to say it, but I've tried to tell multiple people. I only brought like 5 or 6 people into the market this year, versus the probably 20 or 40 that I tried to tell that I consider good friends or associates, whatever. They're not trying to hear it. Let them find out on their own. Let them FOMO in, because as big of a heart as I have, and as much as I want to help people, the thing I had to realize about having a big heart is that that's life in general, no matter how you look at it. Oh no, Zo, that's just crypto. No, it's stocks too. Oh well, no, that's just crypto, stocks, and investments. It's the same thing with housing. Whether you want to be real estate, is the same doggone thing. Somebody went and bought some wood. They didn't buy it for much. And usually, I'm gonna just throw one that I know because I have a project that I was working on, as far as a development project that I wanted to do, real estate development project. And I was looking at some of the units I was looking at, and when you go, they were like modular, and when you go to build them, it costs you about uh, it was like $42,000 for the supplies. And now the building got a little bit more expensive, but the building was like 160. So not now real estate, of course, real estate is not crypto and all that kind of stuff. But I think by the time you finish building, it was about 160 from you, but then you could sell for 270. So you're making $110,000 profit. So it's always somebody making more profit. You're always taking from somebody. It's just kind of how the system works. So what I'm saying is the rule says don't tell normies, let them find out on their own. Let them FOMO in at the last minute. That the liquidity has to come from somebody. So that's just how it works. I hate to say it. Rules of the bull, diamond hands, like to an extent now. Diamond, you don't want to hold it after the bull run. You want to sell it sometime. But what the diamond hands, I believe he's saying, is like I'm saying, buy early now, buy the stuff you have conviction in, and just hold it. Hold it and let the narrative come to you. Stop chasing every narrative. But sell it if it will change your life. Yeah, because some people like, well, my target was, and some of these people don't even make sense. I'm just being honest. Some of y'all don't be making sense. If you come in with $1,000 and then your goal is $150 million, and I listen, actually, there is a story about that. I should have pulled it up. I forgot. I'm gonna find the story. Maybe I'll present it another day. But it was a guy who came in. I think he came with $5,000, um, which is decent, right? And I can't remember. It might have been Shiba. I'm just say Shiba for now. I might be lying, but it was like something like Shiba, and got up to. I think they got up to like $7 million, like $7 million. And I think people were actively saying, even if they were new to the cycle, I think people were actively saying like, okay, we might be at the top or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And it's, whatever. I think we already had the first drop in May, and then it started going back up. And the person was up to like $7 million, and just that's money that would have changed their life. They started with $5,000, and I think they like rode it back down to the bottom because they would just got so euphoric, and they kept like, but it could go higher. Man, don't be that person. That's a bad feeling. That's a bad feeling. And I guarantee you they still haven't gotten over that feeling. So that's not something you get over quickly. So yeah, sell it if you got money that would change your life. Don't get greedy. Prioritize decentralization. That's a cool rule. I don't know if I'm too big on that one. Cute NFTs only. My rule is no NFTs. So I didn't remember the list. So I'm just reading it. Ape responsibly. That's what I say. Because a lot of you came to the channel because it says crypto degen, so right. I am a degen, but I degen responsibly. I'm just not doing stupid stuff out here. I'm not just throwing money at anything I see. Matter of fact, let me check something right quick while I'm on stream. Okay, that's looking cool. That's looking cool. Let me see. I'm keeping track of something. I got two things I'm keeping track of that I got to work hard to keep track of today. But yeah, DJing responsibly or ape responsibly and have fun. So yeah, there's some cool rules, man. I think you should definitely take that in consideration. And here's another thing I'll say. If you come into, I'm just throwing out numbers. Y'all understand percentages. You might be like, I came in with way more than that. It don't matter. Well, let me use a more realistic number or kind of realistic number. I was going to say $10. But so if you come into this market with $1,000 and then you start getting some gains, and you're up at $10,000 and it retraces to $6,000, don't lose your mind, please. You're up 6x. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. Don't be like, man, maybe I should sell right now. Like, hold on. Especially if you're in a good token, you got conviction in. Because I'm not trying to be condescending, but I just see a lot of people to just really just go crazy, and I'm just like, oh, you really losing your mind. You do realize you put $1,000 in, it went up to 10,000, and it retraced to $6,000. I understand that, but we're still in the beginning of the market, and you still got time. So just chill. Like I've been saying, a lot of people say this morning on Twitter, like sit on your hands. Stop thinking about what trade you should make next. If you got in a good project and it's still early, just hold the project. Y'all be stressing yourself out trying to find the next trade because a certain token just been sitting still too long. Now, if it's like a super high market cap and you made some gains on it, maybe you do want to take some profits because you can put it into something that may be a little lower that you can make money on. But make sure when you just not looking for something that's a lower market cap and it actually can go somewhere and make you some gains. So yeah, y'all just relax, and I'm gonna just tell y'all. I told y'all yesterday, and I was it was a good and it's a good wrong. I keep telling y'all if I'm wrong, it's gonna be a good type of wrong. I said we're up to 57,000. I think 54,000 level was legit. The 57,000 was pushed up because of leverage. What I did not expect stupid people to do is go leverage again. Excuse me, I apologize if you was one of the people on the stream that did leverage, but you should stop doing it because you're just gonna keep losing money. Like it's enough gamble being in crypto already. You can make astronomical money without having to do the leverage. Unless you know what you're doing, I'll leave it alone. Just do what you do. But for my people, I try to tell people not to leverage trade, especially these people that try to 50x and all that kind of crazy stuff. Chill, before you get liquidated. And what people don't know what leverage trade is, there's really no amount of money that you can lose money forever. In the right situation, you can just keep losing money. So anyway, I probably stupid was probably a harsh word. I apologize. But anyways, let's get to some of these questions. Really just trying to help you guys have the right perspective in this market and do the right things. But pretty good time in 30 minutes. I mean, I started late, like 15 minutes late. Appreciate y'all for coming to the stream after we started late. I was in here on time, more than on time. I had the streaming software already going and it just started acting crazy. Oh, I just noticed this little thing shaking his butt on stream. Let me do something else here. But yeah, so I mean, this is a cool level to see Bitcoin at. Oh, so what I was about to say, I'm sorry, is that so we did push up to 61. Don't y'all trip out if it starts falling and retracing a little bit, because I mean, just it's just the moves of the market. People have to take profits. A lot of people haven't seen Bitcoin at $60,000 since the last cycle. That's probably where they got in at and they lost money. So they're gonna take some people just cool with breaking even. They're not willing to stay in the market. So they might just take profits to break even. So it could drop, but don't y'all lose your mind. Don't trip. Let me go to the one day. So here we go. I apologize every time I see your name. I'm not sure if I'm going to say it correctly, but I think it's Kaju. It could be Kahu. I'm not sure. Forgive me if I'm saying your name incorrectly. But you said, do you think vesting is even more important if this is going to be a shorter cycle? So what I would tell people is, and I don't knock it. Sometimes I say stuff and it sounds like I'm knocking it, but I don't myself. I don't do the pre and private. There's so many terms: pre, private sales, public sales. I think public sales may be a little bit better, maybe. I don't do these, but I do understand how the vesting works and the vesting schedules and all that kind of stuff. But I do think you have to really watch the vesting schedules on some of the tokens that you're getting. And let me make this statement. I am of the belief. Okay, I know this is gonna sound contradicting, but I am of the belief that they're gonna try to still make this the typical schedule in the market and to still have the whole 2025 spring alt season and the summer and all that kind of stuff. But I do see, I'll say this on stream. I'm not saying, any projects because I do keep that for the Patreon, but I've seen a couple of projects. I've seen like 6 projects push up their launch dates. Some of them were minor push-ups and some of them were major. So even there realize like, maybe we need to get this token out on the market. So when you see projects doing that, so I don't know. Some of these are smaller projects. They might have pushed their dates up 2 weeks or something like that. Some of these projects I've seen them talking about pushing it up 3 months to 4 to 6 months, with launching their tokens early. So yeah, that is something to look at. Yeah, you got to look at that. And some even the projects that I was bullish on, I try to deep dive as much as I can. I fully tell y'all on the stream every time. I don't have information some of these projects have. I mean, these like some of these big YouTubers, when I'm talking about they got over 200,000 and 500,000 followers, they get the paperwork. They know everything that's happening on these projects. They probably know when the launch is coming, and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes I'll try to dig for that if it's a project that I like. And I will say 2 of them that I like. For one, I think they're launching at a much bigger market cap than I want them to. But I also would say I think they're launching much later. So I don't know how that's going to work out. But you need to be paying attention to investing schedules if you're in that type of stuff. That's why I try to just get my tokens on the market, even though I know somebody's probably getting a better deal than me. I try to get mine on the market so I could just be holding my tokens. It just feels better to me. But y'all can do what you want to do. If you know what you're doing, it's cool. But yeah, watch investing schedules. Ansem said, "Hi Zoe, I was wondering if you believe in a super cycle." No, not really. I'm not trying to believe in that. I'm cool. If it's super cycles, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be like one of my favorite memes of Dave Chappelle. I'm gonna be already holding my money. I'm just be watching it. I am not gonna say, if I made $1 million and I'm not gonna watch if the super cycle happens and it gets up to like, I'm not gonna be like, man, I could have made 2-3 million, man. I should have held. No, I'm gonna be fine. Like that's why I tell y'all, be grateful. Stop being greedy, because or you can be like the guy who had $5,000 and made $7 million and just kept holding because he got greedy. I'm paying attention to the time of the cycle. I will be, depending on how the market moves, I'm going to be changing my opinion on how long the market could be, because I want to protect myself and I want to protect, the people who are, even though we always say not financial advice, that's cool and all, but I know that some people like, hey, like you ask me now, like, what do you think? So I want to make sure that I'm watching and trying to understand how this stuff is going to work. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not God. I'm not one of these super whales. So they get together. They know what kind of moves they making. So I'm not one of those. But I gotta protect myself. I don't care about no super cycle. They can have a super cycle without me. I'm good. William said, Hazel, can you take a look at? I already looked at it. I think they have pretty good, like, their pictures and what I said pictures, but like their marketing or their images, their all that kind of stuff is cool or whatever, but it's not something I'm looking to hold. I just so many other more bullish games I think that are going to be out on whatever, and I think it was artificially pumped by a number of different Patreons. So to say that a number of different Patreons got into that project and it's still only pumped to where it's at now doesn't make me too bullish on it. So that's them. That's their money that's sitting in there. That's not like other retail or other people in the crypto market. So maybe those patrons and those channels will pump it up later, but it's not something I'm looking to hold. Ansem said, getting in your Patreon next month. I hope I don't. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know if you've been listening to what I'm saying on stream, but my Patreon ain't that expensive, number one. I don't do the thing where I shield my Patreon 5 billion times a stream. I'm not using my Patreon to get rich or none of that. What I'm gonna tell you is I usually don't tell people this. I think that's a bad move. Next month, next month ain't gonna be the move. Even I tell the people in the Patreon now, I say this on stream and I say it in the Patreon. Yes, it's been quiet. So y'all probably like, man, I'm so used to when I come to Patreon, they talking about stuff every day and they're giving the trade. That's cool. You can go to those Patrons with trades every day. I'm not saying I'm better or worse than them. But what I do know is we gonna make money. And what I do know is next month ain't gonna be the move. You're gonna miss a lot of stuff because like I just said, a lot of these projects are moving up their launch dates. And I'm gonna be honest, it got like yesterday was very stressful for me. And after this, I should be getting ready now. I have a big meeting at 12:40 that I need to be in, and that's stopping me from being in crypto for the research that I need to do. And for the people in the Patreon, I'm trying to get the information to y'all as soon as I can after this meeting. But what I'm saying is a lot of these projects are pushing up their launch dates. And there's some projects that are already out on the market. I'm watching them closely. I'm trying to see what the development is going to be. But you see, even in their groups, they're like, okay, we gotta do this, and we gotta like they're pushing up the marketing and development. Okay, we just got to do this right now. So I'm gonna just be honest, man. I mean, yeah, next month might be. I want to say too late because there are going to be more projects, but you might want to get in as soon as possible. Anyway, I've been talking about it long enough. I don't want y'all to think I'm trying to make people get in my Patreon, so it's whatever. Say any new microcap gem under the radar right now in the Patreon. Listen, you come on every day. I gave you the deal. I gave you the email to get in the Patreon, and listen, there's gems on the radar, but you got to be in the Patreon. From how many cycles you are in crypto? Three. This is the third. EA, what's up, man? I don't know how big this market about to be. Hard to teach people this. Just need to experience it. Yeah, man. It's about to be crazy, man. I don't think people realize it. It's about to be crazy big. But like I tell people, I want to be in the right projects, man. As he said, is it possible to do a month? Excuse me. Let me see. Is it possible to do a monthly or even every 3 months crypto payment? Yeah, the monthly is what everybody is pretty much doing, except for about I think like 4 people. I got this just doing the lifetime right now. But everybody's doing the monthly. The 3 months does make it harder to keep up with. I don't keep up with the cancels. I have somebody that does that, and I'm trying because they're helping me out. I try to not make it harder on them. I mean, I can work it out for a couple of people. I guess if you wanted them now, if you want to do it like a 3 months basis, Azzy, you can do that. I'll just have to relay the message. But yeah, I mean, the monthly is already there. I think. Did you mean yearly? I don't know. Because you said, I mean, everybody's monthly. But anyway, Tim Horton said, "How do you get the airdrops for Connects?" Yeah, I haven't. I was going to say that on the stream yesterday. I got so much that I'm doing that far as trying to study for myself and study for you guys, that I don't even have the time to do all the airdrop stuff that I want to be doing, the airdrop farm and stuff, and different projects I want to be getting into. I don't even be having the time to do that like I want. So I saw things about it, and that's like somewhere buried on my list of things to do. But I haven't been able to get to it. Even one of the airdrops that I put the group on to, but they've been doing it, and I haven't even really been. I didn't even get a chance to do it because it's just that way. You got to think what's the most important at the time to do. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin trying to do a little something, something. Listen, like I said, y'all, it could retrace though. It could keep going crazy, but I'm not trying to trade the market. But it's dope to see it going up because all them people that probably laughed at you, I know they see it. That's why I put that the thumbnail up because I know, yeah, your family soon they're just gonna be like, what? Like I thought it was over. So it's all cool. Tad Ape said, "Good morning, fam. Good morning, man. How you doing?" Tad Ape said, "People tripping. I'm just trying to pay off some credit cards." Yeah, man. A lot of people get super greedy. That's why I say all the time. I am I am not being contradicting. I am not lying. I did not clickbait anybody because on my Patreon it says, we find 100x gems early and we find 1,000x's. I need 3,000x's this cycle. Is what I'm going for. 3,000x's I'm trying to find, and I'm hoping to get like 1,000x's. We're gonna see. And somebody was asking me, they was like, which one is it? I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm saying that's what I want. I want one of these projects to go crazy because what I said is, tell me who in here, like a lot of people won't even land last cycle. Nobody was like had Axie Infinity on their radar to do what it was going to do. Like nobody was paying attention in the beginning like that. Who can tell me they were in Axie from the beginning and knew that was the one that was going to do it? So when I say that, I'm saying I'm hoping, I know I'm picking good picks, right? But I'm hoping they outperform even what I'm thinking they could do. So yeah, but I'm looking for that. I'm looking for 3,000, three tokens that could 1,000x and at least 10 that could 100x. But at the same time, is what Tad Ape just said. I'm just trying to pay off some credit card debt, is what he said, right? But also be grateful. You should be grateful for 50x. Don't lose money because you didn't take profits at the right time because you got greedy. So yeah, man, if it changes your life, go ahead and take those profits. If you see we in the timing of the cycle where it may be about to be over or whatever, go ahead and take those profits, and don't come back to the screen and start punching the computer screen because it kept going up after you pulled out. If you made tremendous profits and you got life-changing money, as some people say, you need to just like log out after you take profits, log out of all the crypto apps, all the portfolio trackers and all that kind of stuff, and be like, hey man, I've made a 50x on my money. I couldn't have did this in stocks. I couldn't have did this really nowhere else but crypto. You 50x your money. I'm not, yes, if we can get the 100x, 200x, we can do that. But if it's looking like the end of the cycle and you are at your 50x, what I feel like we all should be at, with the picks we have, then you go ahead and take profits and chill, man. Just, that's what you should do. I'm trying to read. Oh, it says ZK. Oh yeah. ZK is going to be big this cycle. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't even think I've talked about it yet, but I mean, well, I've talked about it as far as a lot of people using them and implementing what they have. Like even, G Swift uses the, excuse me, my water. G Swift even uses ZKN layers. Excuse me. They use ZKN layer 0. So yeah, a lot of projects been using this stuff. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a big narrative. The whole ecosystem, all that. But I'm just, even some of these ones I'm bullish on, I'm just still looking to see what market cap they launch at. So far, I think I was waiting for about 11 to 15 like bigger projects that I wanted to go into, and I think so far 4 of them launched like much higher than I wanted them to. So I'm yeah, and we just gotta see what happens. M4P said, I'm a cry. You talk like my boy. I'm a cry if my portfolio does a 50x. Yeah, like 50x is crazy. To be honest, most of us should be happy with a 20x, right? But it is crypto. We know what it can do, and so we are. Even myself, I said I'm shooting for that 200x of my old portfolio. But yeah, 50x is good money. It's good money. 100x, cool. 200, of course, 1,000x, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, Dre. Yeah, I like it. That's my guy. That's my guy there. I'm gonna say good to see you, Zo. I'm enjoying the group so far. I have A few potential gems will message you in the group. Yeah, definitely do that. Definitely do that. And see, like I said, I appreciate you guys understanding that I'm really trying to help my Patreon out. Like, I think I might be over exaggerating, but I know I've been pretty decently quiet for like the last week or two. But I've been seeing just different stuff happening, trying to search for the right projects. Even with all the push-ups of the schedules and stuff, I have like, of course, I wasn't going to get into all of them because that's be over. Because I know other projects are coming out later, but I had 6 that were on the radar, 6, right? And I've even like took 2 of them out of the local running right now. Maybe they'll do a retracement and I'll get an allocation. But for one, you can't hold everything. But it's 4 main ones I'm trying to look at now. And so with all the stuff that I've been seeing happening, reading in people discourse and seeing the team talk about like, yeah, we're going to push up the date. I've seen some of them make, I won't say what, but like drastic changes to let you know, like, we about to push this thing up. I'm sorry. I've been in the South so long. Like I said, finna. Some of y'all probably don't know what that means. Fixing to, about to. But no, they in the discourse like, yeah, we got to go ahead and get this token out, and they've made some pretty major moves. Wind is going crazy out there, but they've making some pretty major moves too, and you can see that they are not playing. They are not playing about these days. So I'm just like, I thought I could like get into this project, get some profits on that, and maybe some other projects, and then take a little, just tiny bit from that and get allocation in these because they just launching. But it's look like some of them just might be missed or whatever. So really just having to buckle down and pay attention. Because I'm in a few other groups and it gets to the point where too many buy alerts come out and everyone is running out of dry powder. Yeah, that's what I try to tell people. Because listen, I'm a very like transparent person, and I'm a critical thinker, so I always think how other people are gonna think too. So you might be in there like, for one, the buy alerts that are there are still good. Like, go ahead and get into some of those, right? You know what I mean? So, and the people like, there's nothing going on in here. Is he just taking our money and not doing any work? No, that's not what it is. The problem is I'm working too much because now I'm over here calculating which would be the best project. Because like you said, what happens is you get into some groups and you like, well, I don't even have no more money because you didn't put out 20 buy alerts and then like half of them, if not 3/4 of them, are subpar. You don't need to be holding that. Like, you don't need to be holding 50 tokens. Like I had a couple of you guys, once again, I'm not trying to embarrass you guys on stream, but you say, hey, Zoe, can you look at my portfolio? And I looked at them and pushing between 45 to 60 tokens especially when, and this is once again, not being condescending, like, oh, I got more money than you. When you only have a certain amount of money, you can't be holding 60 doggone picks. Like, where's the get? Like, cool if they all run and they all do a 20x or maybe they all do a 50x, but it's just kind of over diversified. So like I said, yeah, you run out of dry powder. And so I'm trying to make sure, even like today, that's why I'm really buckling down to do after I got to set up for this. I got a big Zoom meeting in a minute. But after I get out of there, I got immediately, like, I can't even really get undressed. I got to keep my little shirt and tie, whatever I'm put on, and I got to get back right to research because we got some stuff that I'm trying to, I think today or tomorrow might be the move. So, it's been quiet, but we're going to make some moves in the Patreon. Ed Tank said, hey, Zoe, how much of your net worth is approximately in crypto? You asking personal questions, my guy. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. I got something in there. I got them in crypto. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys coming to the stream after we were already, I think I was 15 to 18 minutes late, but I was sitting here right at the computer. So when I put the message in saying that I was just booting up, I was already sitting here at the computer. Oh yeah, and this little thing, my last note. So if you want to join Patreon, it's patreon.com/cryptozo. But yeah, I was sitting here at the computer. I was sitting here already, and I was sitting here for 30 minutes. Yeah. But so yeah, if you want to join the Patreon, you can click the link. I think it's on the YouTube page. It's also, I just put it in the description. It is also from your memory is patreon.com/cryptozo. And if you want to do if you just made up your mind and you want to do a lifetime membership or whatever, you can. I think my email is on the channel, so you can email that email. We can talk that out. You can pay in crypto and all that good stuff. And there's a 20% discount if you want to pay lifetime membership. Which, I mean, I feel like my lifetime membership is about the cost of some people's like 4 months of theirs, and some of them don't have not even close to the value that mine has. Also, the price will be going up soon. Not for the people that's already in there. You'll be grandfathered in, stay the same price, all that good stuff. But guys, I got to get out here to a meeting. Hopefully, you got something out of the stream, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And y'all take care. And I will. Oh, we way under an hour. That's good. But I got this meeting to go to. But y'all take care.